from Kim. How old is he again?
Krissa, don't get distracted. We have lots more in store on the show. Comedian David Andrew Brent is going to be here in the studio in a little while, and later on we'll be showing the mock disaster that took place at the end of March.
Plus, we have an update on the Filipino nanny story I've been following this season. Right now, though, let's move on to the story of Richie Sosa, a local rapper making international success.
He recently did an interview on Flow 93.5 that lasted 3 hours. Reporter Andrew Weeks tells us about rap sensation Richie Sosa. Check it out.
Even though she wanna be around me, I know she wanna Chris Brown me, flood me with the love till she drown me.
The popularity of independent music has skyrocketed over the last few years, and it's getting harder and harder for each person to make their own mark. For Richie Sosa, however, this is becoming easier and easier.
Alright, the name's Richie Sosa. I'm saying it's a big, long, giant acronym. I'm saying a real intelligent curb hustling in effect, or a real ignorant curb hustling in effect. You know what I'm saying? Son of a street animal. Well, born and raised in Scarborough. You know what I'm saying? I rep the whole mega city though, doing this music thing. Been doing it for a long time. Been on commercial radio for about last 5-6 years. Done a lot of stuff with people across the border, overseas, Germany, New York, LA, Cali, Miami, all over the place. I had a single called Get It Crackin', produced by a man from Soundsmith, and that was on the charts across the world. We had it in Zurich, Honolulu, LA, everywhere. It was getting played. The DJs loved it, and I was lucky. You know what I'm saying? Bump Squad DJs, TJs DJs. They made sure the song could go as far as it could go. You know what I'm saying? Without a video or a big budget album in the stores. And then I had the I Bang with Remo, the rap star out of the Bronx, New York. And that one probably did the biggest numbers, at least 500 spins on radio stations like Hot 97 in New York, Shade 45, XM Radio. Big DJs were spinning it, K-Slay, Green Lantern, the list goes on.
Identity and defining where we fit in. The music industry is competitive and consumers never sleep. But for some people, everyday life is a challenge.
If you thought you were lost in high school, take a look at this next story. It's about the particularly difficult fitting in journey of Tawfiq Ramazanillah.
Sometimes it's not easy being a woman, especially when you were born a male. Tawfiq Ramazanillah is a 21-year-old glamorous transgendered woman. Noticing her feminine behavior, her elementary school teachers would often send her to counselors and doctors for psychiatric evaluation.
And they wanted to see if I was trans, if I had gender identity disorder. And so that's when I knew the words women have vaginas. And at that time I thought that in order to be a woman that I needed a vagina. I thought that being a girl was dressing pretty and liking makeup and playing with dolls. And those were all things that I loved to do. Even though a large part of my life I portrayed the image of a boy, I don't think I ever was actually a boy. I really had fun, and I was dating boys in my age, and I really started to be socially accepted. I had to grow out my hair, right? I think that was my major concern. I mean, I wasn't too concerned with my body. I didn't really feel like I needed breasts, really huge breasts. I was obviously a big girl. I had curves, so I mean, it wasn't really something that I concerned myself with too much, but just growing out my hair slowly and then making my look less and less androgynous as time went on. I need a wet beater or something.
I don't have any.
A wet beater.
Sure.
I definitely was into really pushing this high school girl image, where I'd wear short skirts all the time. I'd wear a lot of makeup, And I mean, to other people, I think that's how they defined the turning point of who I was as a person. It's how they went from thinking of me as a man to a woman, just that physical change of seeing me so femmed up. I think I clean up well.
I don't see her as a male, I see her as a female, because that is what her identity is. So I know a lot of straight men are a lot of times are insecure about their own sexuality and they can't acknowledge that.
Even though Tawfiq's friends accept who she is, some still have a hard time supporting the lifestyle of a transgendered person. Something Tawfiq constantly finds herself defending.
Good, but as a role model for somebody who wants to express themselves and be accepted in any way, shape, or form they'd like to be portrayed as, I think she's a strong individual in that sense. But I don't think that it's a good influence for younger women or boys, because they're trying to figure out who they are and it confuses them even more.
I would have liked to see more trans people and more gay people or more lesbians around, right? Because at a younger age, it would have taught me that it's not such a scary thing or not such a taboo thing. And I mean, of course, times change, and like back then, it was obviously more taboo, right? But like moving into the future, I don't know if it should be. I was hearing a lot from the people I thought were my closest friends that I was going to burn in hell, for example, or I would never be a girl and God would never accept me. So society shouldn't have to accept me.
When we're in public, sometimes people will like yell stupid or like try and start fights and stuff like that.
I made an entirely different different circle of friends.
It never really bothered me that she was a tranny, and I'm fine with her. Like I'm okay with who she is.
I'm really lucky in the sense that I'm really able to be 100% comfortable with who I am and what my body is, right? Like, I mean, I don't know a lot of girls, let alone a lot of trannies, or that could walk around with like a full-out tranny beard with their friends and have them like respond to them the same way or like treat them no less different. It's, I guess the way people meet me is what they get stuck with, the image they get stuck with.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't imagine me as a dude.
I can't picture you as a guy.
My father, I don't think it made him happy. Like, I think obviously he was confused. He didn't understand it fully, but that didn't stop him from like loving me. He just tried to be the best father he could and tried to be as supportive as he could. Most trans people, they take years and years and years to like come out as trans people. They get run out of their high schools, you know, they get beat up, they get made fun of, or they're not socially accepted, you know?
Even though a lot of people talked about Tawfiq like in a negative way, Tawfiq would still go to school and be the same person. But like Tawfiq was really strong about it and stood up for herself. And I respect that now that I've grown up and know what it's like.
Trans women in particular, are very limited in their options for what they can do with their futures. I didn't have the confidence to think that I could go to university, or didn't think I had the confidence that I could, you know, have a normal job and work with normal people and do normal things, you know? So I was delusional in that sense. And this is something I learned really young, but like, I mean, and I was lucky too, because a lot of women don't get to learn this or feel this way truly inside. But, you know, you can be a girl and you can have short hair, and you can be a girl and you can skate, and you can be a girl and you can like get dirty and run around with boys and punch them and like, and girls can do all of those things. It's so beyond clothing, it's so beyond looking a certain way. It's something I feel.